Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. You've probably noticed my voice is a little, I don't want to say muted, but a little reduced than usual, is the way I will describe it. I have COVID. Whoops, it's terrible. Everyone's sad about it. I feel abysmal, but I happened to have a few episodes recorded for this week ahead of time because I tend to do that. I like to have Saturday and Sunday recorded ahead of time because those are my recording days and I don't want to have to record, upload, and then begin recording again. So I had a couple days this week kind of on lock. Now, I've had COVID for about over a week at this point, and the really big bummer is, I mean, obviously, other than it sucks, I'm going to have to mute myself a whole bunch during this episode in order to prevent myself from coughing into the microphone. For example, right there, I didn't intend for that to work out, but it did. So bear with me. I also think the dynamic range of my voice is going to be severely reduced. I might sound more nasally than usual. I honestly don't even know how I sound right now because all of my senses are wrong. So I'm going to take this moment and say, thank goodness I'm vaccinated and that I am fully boosted. This is much more reduced than it could have been. I'm going to get over it in, I don't know, a few days probably at this point, I think. I'm on the tail end of it now. If I weren't, I wouldn't even be attempting to record. I was very miserable and dealing with fevers and chills and all sorts of terrible things, but thank goodness that it's on the downturn, and I'm not doing too terribly overall. I'm gonna attempt to play Monster Train. I think the big challenge here for me is going to be making good decisions fast enough. This might be a slow episode, or I might play poorly. I don't know. I don't want to lose, of course, because this is Train of Thought, but I will try my best. So I'm going to probably go a little slower to compensate. Excuse me as I cough. All right, let's attempt some Monster Train here. What are we doing? We're on a 194 win streak. Let's keep it going. COVID can't stop me from playing Monster Train and winning runs. Our previous run was, it was kind of bizarre, wasn't it? I had a Lodestone Totem infused into Steelworker. So, an overly defensive run that relied on my Pyre to kill most mobs, and then my Relentless for the Steelworker was all Rage scaling into him. It's a weird case where you're shown a multi-strike that you can reasonably afford early, but the best unit you can put it in is a Steelworker, which is not an offensive scaler, so you're looking for a good offensive infusion. What we got was an even better defensive infusion, so we kind of just made the run out of that. There were a lot of factors that kind of played in pretty well. I mean, the rituals obviously mattered. We had Imparade providing some offense early on. We had a holdover Drain to compensate for a little bit of a slow ramp. We had a holdover Dark Pact too, which was important in order to get my scaling going. And an X5'd plus 30 vent, which if one of them eventually got held over, it was pretty cool. Woof. So it was a good run. That was with Imparade. Today is with Windleton. Sure. Seems good. Fortunately, Windleton, he's not a bad champion. I think as long as we hit Strangler, it'll be okay. It'll be, I don't want to say mindless, but pretty straightforward if you can rely on him. Watch, this game is going to give me Umbra and make me work for it, but at least with Windleton, we can somewhat rely on him. So, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, what am I trying to say? Right, I'm trying to do the like, comment, and subscribe part. Yeah, do that. It matters. Appreciate it. I lost subscribers from the 2 weeks that I was recording Wild Frost, which is always very interesting to me. How I'm constantly gaining at a very steady rate as long as I'm recording Monster Train. And then the second I do something else, that plateaus and I start losing people. And it's really interesting to me how that happens. It's pretty clear that people want to see Monster Train, and because of the fact that I'm only really recording one a day, I'm never going to get to the point. I have a full-time job. I have too much going on. There's no world I could record enough episodes to do Monster Train and something else. So the best I could maybe hope to do is some combo of partial Monster Train weeks, partial something else weeks. We'll see. But for now, it's just going to be a Monster Train week to the best of my ability. I may or may not even get all of these episodes recorded. It depends entirely on how I feel. So I'll try to do the rest of the week, but yeah. Excuse me again for my constant coughing. Oh, here we go. All right, we're back. Oof. That's going to be constant, and I'm sorry in advance. It's either get used to that for this week, or just don't get episodes. I don't know what else to say. So, anyway, I said the like, comment, and subscribe thing, so let's play some Monster Train. We're going to do Windleton. Yes, let's do it. Windleton, rock on. You're correct. And he's random. Good job. Give me a good one. You know what? This is good. I'll always take an incant champ, I'll always take Windleton with Stygian. It's a fine combo, so cool. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well today. Hopefully you're doing better than I am. Let me tell you, has anyone else gotten COVID who's listening? It's rough. It's bad. I can't taste anything at this point. I had my favorite spice seasoning this morning to try to taste something. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was just a pure texture. So I'm currently very sad about all of that. I'm experiencing a lack of any kind of flavor. I can't smell anything either. It's just both of these things combined. So it's awful. I'm glad that we have science to help out and prevent this from becoming the long version that it could have been. I mean, because can you imagine in the height of the pandemic, people were getting this and the vaccine hadn't come out yet, and you would get 3 months of this and then you might die at some point in there. I can't imagine having this for 3 months. The worst parts of this have been brutal. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor it. Let's play Monster Train. Today we are Exile, Awoken, Exile, Stygian. It's a good combo. I'll take it. We have Explosive Sigil, Daedalus, Curse Fell, Patient, Seraph. Patient is going to be the biggest problem here. These clans do not have great answers to him. I'm going to need something to help. This could be Titan Sentry to bait him. This could be something else entirely. Hard to say. Yeah, I don't know, but Patient is going to be a big challenge for this run. Our starting cards are Glimmer, Energy Siphon, and Invigorating Solution. They're fine. Nothing here is particularly remarkable, but these are fine. They're at least cards that do something, and having an AoE is useful. Alright, as far as nodes, where am I doing? Temples are on 2, 5, 6, 7. So 4 temples, it's good. We have a removal dupe with steel on 8, which is cool. We have a dupe on 7 with no shop, competes with a money horde trinket shop, which is pretty good. We have another steel on 8, rather on 6. It's not a good one. We have a good magic shop, though, with Vortex and Caverns. Magic shops tend to be very nice with Windleton anyway, because you have root seeds, right? You just want to give -1s to pretty much all of those. Another good magic shop on 5. Again, another bad steel shop. Basically the same node generation, actually. You're just switching a caves for a horde on the magic side. Finally, good steel shop on 4. Competes with the Stygian Hellvent. One option, I mentioned Titan Sentry as a possibility for dealing with Patient. You can always just bait him, right? You've got 3 floors, you've got your main floor, and then you have 2 Titan Sentry floors that can potentially draw him away, which are very valuable. So early on, we have a single steel, double magic. Steel shop has an Awoken banner. Magic shop has Stygian banner. Another Awoken banner on 3. So yeah, fair enough. Nothing too crazy here. Steel's missing on 3, and a lot of steals in the mid game, but most of them are pretty bad. No steel on 7, but also no magic. Kind of interesting. Let's see. Horde says Guild Marker, Trader's Quill. I think this is Guild Marker simply because Trader's Quill, while Invigorating Solution is some value, it's not much. It's early enough. Guild Marker early is always nice. I'm going to start Strangler. I think it's right. Predator you could maybe get away with here, but Stygian has no scalar, right? So if you end up having to go with Predator 3, this is not good. If you miss on what, Razor Sharp Edge, pretty much. So I wouldn't take the Predator risk. I'll take the Strangler. I might pivot to Thornlord and do something behind him, possibly. But this gives me a strong early, gives me a strong mid. Take this Horde. Thornfruit is nice. I like it a lot here. It's too bad it's not Diligent. We'll take it anyway. I think the stings are nice. Okay. I can comfortably take the aggressive amulet here thanks to Thornfruit and Strangler. Very cool. Just a great example of making it work. We'll put, what is it, Train Steward in front. We should come pretty close to killing this enemy here. Yeah, we get rid of the scary guy. He dies out, which is good. A good Glimmer downstairs clears a bunch of stuff. Root Seeds up top is nice. Sting down below. The next sting is going to be stopping this 26 damage from hitting me. Thank you. Very cool. Very cool. Play some cards out. That's a pretty good turn. Sting will kill that man upstairs, and then we Glimmer downstairs for a guaranteed kill on the boss. Good job. Of course, foregone power. Of course. And then we just Energy Siphon Sting for some value. Well, at least these decisions aren't too terribly difficult. Gives me an opportunity to just randomly cough here and there. Hey, I can save my guy. Incredible. We did great. He gets hit once, and then we get the guy. Love it. Give me some direction here. I will take the Razor Sharp. When you're shown it, you should take it. Crystallis is a good pick. Some kind of front damage spell is nice, early mid, especially helps validate the existence of energy siphons in my deck. Crypt Builder's an option. Foregone Powers, of course. But it's less playable on average. Woof. Cough. Yeah, Crystallis, we'll take it. Unit-wise, wow. Double Hollows is not good. If you can keep a Hollow alive, it is one way of beating Patient. It has enough HP. Well, specifically, I mean, either Hollow can do it, but... Right, because they start with like 75 health, and then you give them plus 40. They go over 100, but I don't have restores, so they're not a great pick here. I'm going to take the Animus, I suppose. I can at least give it as an infusion to something. I'm also going to go to the Magic Shop because I think Stygian banners are much stronger here, and I have plenty of options for holdovers and things like that. I'm not keen on going to the Awoken banner. Even if I saw a multi-strike, I wouldn't take it. Right, so we'll go right. Magic side says, whatever, I got some Eternal Stone action. Guard of the Unnamed is not bad here. It's not terrible. It's definitely not the Scylla fight. I'm going to take the Guard because it is a defensive scaler and I can win with Windleton potentially. Take the -1 into Root Seeds here. I'm going to spin this for another -1. Yes. That could have been a holdover I could have afforded, which would have been interesting, but it wasn't. We're just going to -1 Root Seeds here. I think it's good. I'm going to go to another Magic Shop coming up. This plus 30. I'm going to toss this at Glimmer here. I think this is good to have in my run. Not going to purge here. We're going to chill at this 30 now and move on. Guild Marker already kind of providing some value. Yeah, give me this money, please. I have stings. I have a lot of tools here to stop this damage from threatening me. Cool. It's going to be Animus middle. I'm going to guard in front of Windleton. I do want to stop the incoming friends downstairs. Cool. That's a scary bottom floor. So what we're going to do is Energy Siphon, Glimmer up top. And then I will Sting downstairs. Cool. We're guaranteed. Yeah, we're guaranteed to get out of this. I can avoid all incoming damage. Great news. And we just keep the incans going because they are nice. Huge Glimmer value for the record. Great job. Love that for me. Yeah. Okay. Frost the boss. Get a little damage in. Animus is going to implode. That is A-okay by me. Put some damage up front because I think it's good to do. I mean, we hit this guy for 64. It just does not matter anymore. Alright, we're good. Cool. Cool. It doesn't matter where I put anything. We're all fine. In fact, I actually think we just kill this man with Crystallis. Cool. Even better. Money is extremely valuable to me. I also think Steel Enhancer's pretty valuable here. I'm going to have a lot of good card draw. I already have some -1s down. A ping in the form of Vine Grasp might be good, but I already have Glimmers. Yeah. I'm going to go Steel Enhancer here. 1 is good. Now, Flash Freeze is a much better card here, as far as pings go. I'll take it. I think Flash Freeze is worth it. We're in the early stage. We take these commons when they show up. I'm going to go to the Magic Shot because I do think it's worth it. Awoken Banner, I mean, again, I could take, like, Animus into Husk Hermit. That's not a winning line. I know it's tempting, but it's not a winning line. Currently, my winning thoughts are Guard of the Unnamed in front of Windleton. That requires a Predator hit, which I don't love. It's a 50-50 on my run. It's not good. You could take this Husk Hermit as insulation against that, and then you could do Husk Hermit infused with Animus of Will. That doesn't seem very good, though. Again, that's a great example of when you would just not put Guard in front. The reason Guard works is because he's defensive in front of Windleton. Theoretically, if I can scale Windleton high enough with some supporting actions like this +30 Glimmer, I might be able to clear waves that way. I don't think the Husk Hermit is the right pick here. Second Hollow, by the way, is a no bueno. Don't love that. Double stack? Nah, not here. +10. You probably should +10 this Glimmer. It's worth it for 20 gold. Yeah, the other one, by the way, not the main one. I'm going to put a -1 into Razor Sharp in case we see an X5. That becomes a very good X5 target. Although the Glimmer is potentially an even better one. Well, I'll re-roll, and if I see Holdover, I check for the X5. I'll X5 the Glimmer, then Holdover one of them, because I don't want 5 held over Glimmers. Although, that would be pretty strong, right? If those are the only cards I'm playing, 150 damage a floor is pretty good. I think I'd still lose the Patient, but it'd be funny. Yeah, let's do this. Let's re-roll this actually real quick. Okay, no holdover. So in this case, the -1 here, we're just putting it into Root Seeds. We just want to keep buffing these Root Seeds down to free levels. We're going to +10 another this Glimmer. Great. Cool. Barely spent any money. Love that. Take that money back. We get Trap Shoot. Incredible. Yeah, Trap Shoot is an answer to Patient. That's... You know what? That's better than it could have been. And I'm going to even Eternal Stone that guy. And great, I've created Tiresome Climb. But I basically created a Tiresome Climb that I've put a -1 in. And you just, you flip the Descend and the Ascend, whatever. But that's great. This is... Now I just need to draw fast to get to that a bunch of times. Cool. Patient, no longer a fear. I have the answer. I just need to lean into it. Now it's hope for Predator and do pretty good otherwise. Looking pretty good overall. Yeah, we're just going to blast bottom floor and do a whole bunch of damage to the boss. Seems good to me. Alright. Animus, get out of here. I will just lean into the top floor. Although I don't love that Forged Disciple. He's not good. Should seriously consider blasting that guy. Woof. I also don't really want to swing on him here. Upstairs, him being Daedalus. I guess I could have dropped him, but we're going to work on this Forged Disciple that got upgraded. Okay, now we have options. Energy Siphon does just straight up kill mid-floor, which is good. Great work. I'm going to stop this damage upstairs. I'm going to let mid-floor go. Kind of don't care about it. We'll work on the boss. Yeah, we're fine. We got rid of the big thing. We're doing okay. I will hit this guy for 50, potentially. Is that worth it? You consider hitting... I'll hit the man for 50. I think it's fine. Yeah. I think we're in an okay spot for this particular one. Razor Sharp doing big work here. Cool. Yeah, honestly, just stack up stats here, really. It's all about the frontline armor here. Oh yeah, we hit. Behold the power of Glimmer. Incredible. And we have basically a Demon Fiend in the back, so we're doing okay. And try to frost out this front guy. We do get rid of him, which is nice. We'll just draw a bunch of cards upstairs, do a huge incant floor, play something out there. We'll take the Glimmer here. Seems okay. I think we have it. I basically have a 42 hit point guy. It's close. See, like I said, basically have it. We get through it, but every bit matters here. Every bit matters. Oof. It's not a lot when you're just hitting the once. This doesn't actually do that much damage, is the thing. Bosses are threatening. Ice and Pyre is good. Spike of the Stygian is good, but I'll just use Daze instead. This could have been something I considered for Divinity and Patient, but I'm going to grab the Ice and Pyre here, I think. It's a good card to add. Now we're talking. I could actually do something with this. Both Sirens and another Guard. Now, is it... Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to take Siren of the Sea. And there's a reason for this, because let me tell you, I don't like Windleton for this one simple reason. On Ring 4, you coin flip. Do you see Predator? Do you see Thornlord? Your run is completely different either way. Thornlord is still good here, especially with Thornfruit. Don't get me wrong, he's going to be fine. The problem is, he is not nearly as powerful into the Divinity and things like that. He's slow and requires a huge defensive front line. So self-infused Guard is a genuine possibility there. But is there a win either way, maybe? I don't know. I actually have to pause the recording here. I'll be right back. COVID stuff. Woof. Alright, we're back. I had to full blow my nose there, so we're experiencing a time. But anyway, Windleton, right, Monster Train. So, what I was considering, and what I think we need to discuss before I make the decision here is, does self-infused Guard of the Unnamed in front of Windleton win no matter what my coin flip is on Ring 4? The main thing is that Thornlord is usually not that offensively powerful. Is important to keep in mind. He's usually pretty good, but not that incredible. And the lack of multi-strike and quick usually means that your front line needs to be super defensive. So, a little interesting. Right, a little interesting to me now. If I I'm just thinking, because I have Thorn Fruit, and because I've already got 3 -1s in my root seeds, which is pretty huge. And I also, for the record, have 2 very good magic shops coming up. If I self-infuse Guard, do I win? I actually think the answer is yes here. I think mathematically this does work out in my favor. This wouldn't normally work because we would be hyper incanting in the face of Patient. But I do have an answer that I can lean into and trap shoot. As long as I can remove enough cards and speed this up, I think I pull this off. So I actually think the self-infused Guard is really cool. Now, another great point that you may be asking, is the +1 armor really worth considering over Siren of the Sea here? That's a good question. Siren of the Sea is a +2/+2, okay? That's almost Guardian of the Unnamed. This is actually one of the main drivers for why in the unofficial balance patch I reduced Siren of the Sea's plus health to +1. Because offensively she needs the +2, but defensively the +2 here is like she's do it all pretty much. She gets 4 stats here, whereas Guard gets only 3. Now you could buff Guard to armor 4 or something, but at that point you're like, okay, well I don't need that much defense on anything. But kind of an interesting interaction, or rather balance state here. Siren of the Sea is generally a widely superior unit, so there's that. I do get a good steel shop coming up that I am going to. There's a possibility of a multi-strike on a Siren. She could take the Animus of Will, but I think that's wrong. We don't want to play too offensively here. We need to either be very defensive and rely on Windleton, or we need to play a standard incant line and throw away Windleton. I actually think that the all-in Siren stuff is weaker here. Passable, but because we're building it up late and I wouldn't be using my champion for anything meaningful, I don't love it. I think I'm going to go all in on Guard. I think this does win, actually. And then card draw is actually super viable here, thanks in large part to the 4 -1s I've already hit, and the fact that most of my stuff is pretty cheap. I'm a little concerned about Fell. I universally think that Ember is correct in the case of... Yeah, Ember is correct in the case of Windleton, generally. Now we go right. We're going to build this up. I'm going to cut Animus here. She's not part of the line. I've got my setup. I'm going to cut Train Steward. I'm going to take the Horde. Kinstone Totem. I don't think so. Token of a Traitor. I think so. We'll take it. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean, we whiff on Predator. I think Thornlord is actually pretty darn good here, so I'm going to do it. Fair enough. Incant Armor 2 on the Incant Armor 2 guy? Sure. Endless, no. I'm going to spin that. Yeah, plus 25 is perfect, actually. Guy is loaded. I'm going to now spend the remainder of my cash here. Am I? No, I'm going to save my money. Cool. I think we get this, actually. In a surprising twist, I actually think we have the pieces for it. Heaven Seal is free because Windleton, the truth is, if I... at this point, either Windleton kills everything or I lose. Bad Guard goes middle. Good Guard goes top. I get the stings here. I'm gonna sting. Nice, got the guy in back. I can blast. And then I can blast further. And then we do the incant for damage up top. Draw 9 cards, one of which is our Guard, who is strong. We're sending it. I will put the Train Steward down. We do want to keep incanting to the best of our ability. This guy is going to kind of just blast us a bit. Right? In a kind of weird scenario, I don't feel like I actually have the power to take this guy down. He's just gonna kind of chill, unfortunately. Okay, you can kind of see the challenge we run into here of how do we actually kill a bad guy? Well, you know, we just need to scale to a point where we're not dead and where the floors don't go too crazy. So cards like this Glimmer do tremendous work here. I just need to do a lot of damage here. I'm going to stop this 30 from coming in on middle. I think that's worthwhile. We actually clear the floor. So we're looking okay. We don't do good into this boss is a major concern. He scares me. Now I do need to incant an absolute truckload here because I don't have a choice. I need to blast this guy out because I need to kill. I need armor. I'm relying on defense to beat this fella. We killed the back, which is pretty cool. These incants are important. What am I drawing into? 9? There are some pretty good choices here, but I think this Crystal is doing 100 is going to be better than any of them. We'll get some Frost on him, too. Now, I think we actually get through this barely on the back of just an astronomical amount of stats and armor. 202 armor, and I haven't even done the self-infuse yet? I think this gets there, thanks in large part to the Thorn Fruit and the clan combo. Yeah, I'll take Faulty Loader, sure. Ensnare, unnecessary. It's not bad. Doesn't really do anything. By the time I play Ensnare, I'm either dead or it doesn't matter. Healing, I have armor. It's not going to be it. This guy's wild. This is a wild amount of defense. I'm relying on Glimmer to keep my guys alive, by the way, because Windleton is just going to get hit by the Divinity. That's just a thing. I'm going to take this Focused Growth. It seems like a good choice. Crystalline Seeds is not a bad drop. Just kill a wave, kinda. Sure. I'm looking for Holdover now, I think. So we're going to go tunnel some magic shops. Oh, Sinner Salve. Okay. Alright, yeah, we'll get Fell out of the way. There's no world I'm clicking Volatile Gauge here, so sure. We're going to do our infusion. -2, yes. Do bad guard into good guard. This is a very bizarre run. We're going to toss a -2 at the Focused Growth here. 10 in Piercing. Honestly, I'm putting this in Ice Empire. Just kill a guy with Piercing over 100. Yes. We're at 100 now. I need to be careful a little about Patient, but not that careful, I don't think. Cut the non-spells in my run. Holdover. Alright, we're going to hold over the most important card, which is none of the ones I just scrolled past. It is called Trap Shoot. I would have also taken a double stack here, potentially. It's a little expensive, but doable. This guarantees once I hit it, Divinity and Patience stand no chance. Good work. Now I just need to make cards cheap. +10. I can get a 190 Piercing. I don't think that actually hits any important thresholds with the Piercing. I'm just going to save my cash there. A double stack. Now we see it. I don't need this. -1s are good. Root Seeds all down to 0 are pretty much the dream. And now I'm going to cut. I think it's pretty much just removals that I want now. So we're going to drop out a Foregone Power here and move on. I just want to power up. 105 shards into this ring is scary. That's Self-Made Harpy with Harvesters of Death. So that's no bueno, but I do think I can take this armor. I don't think we're fast, but I think we can get away with being slow. My general opinion on this. We can get away with it. Like, I get 7 armor on an incant, which is just... That's just a lot, as it turns out. I had like 100 defense there on turn 1. Roughly. See if we can hit this guy in the back, maybe? Well, not much really to work with here. No? Okay. Oh, well, no collector for today. I was trying. There was an attempt. That's okay. Let's see, scary floors. There are a number of scary floors. I think we'll get through this top guy. I'm not really scared of him. Let's work on... Well, the incant is still good. Let's glimmer middle here, I think. Okay, I think we have the pieces to make a compelling run here. I need to incant my back fella up very high. I need to glimmer wide floors that scare me. Now, is the trap shoot really going to be that helpful? I can just drop a guy until I no longer have to look at it, which is not a bad call. Just keep removing something from the run, pretty much. We just sting out here, which is pretty good. Yeah, we're slow scaling, but it's fine, question mark? Now, I'd like to drop big tank dude off the floor, because if he goes in the back behind Parpy, don't really care. I think this is Crystallis into Ice Empire, and you can see why it's nice having things be cheap. Okay, we want to keep the incanting going. I have 300 HP. This sounds like a lot, but it might not actually be a lot. Let's start dazing the boss, because free turns are free turns. Okay. Free turns are free turns. Yeah, I mean, this actually is not that powerful. Here, you can immediately see some of the challenges. We barely skate the win here by just face tanking off of 336 HP. So you can see the challenge these bosses are going to present me. The only reason this is working is a combination of daze and an astronomical amount of defense. Wow. Edge Prior, the boy is here. It's not his time. Sorry, friend. Unnamed Tome, absolutely. Do I ever skip that card? Answer is no. If Unnamed Tome is shown and there's nothing else you want or need, you click Unnamed Tome. I do maintain this is the best card in the game. It is ridiculous. This card is so hyper efficient at what it wants to do. Go Magic Shop. It's correct. I need to drop out the last Steward. Good. We're going to start cutting some of these foregone powers. It's going to be down, foregone powers down to like 2 of them, and then probably ditching the energy siphons. -1. Make Ice Empire free. Yes. Now I could potentially energy siphon, load up on something, and then Ice Empire it for 1,000,000 damage. That is a very good way of clearing tall creatures. It's true. That is true. Need stuff to be cheap. So I think I see a holdover. Am I gonna hold over Ice Empire? I might, actually. That's a good spell blast. And then the energy siphons are pretty good. So let's make Glimmer free then. No, I want to make Flash Freeze free, actually. We'll do that first. Then we'll toss a +10 at it. That's good. Yeah, I was going to say, in case they give me a holdover here, 20 consume. I could 20 consume something here. I'm just going to -1 the Glimmer here. I don't think this ever gets held over, in my opinion. And then I'm going to 20 consume the Crystal. Let's just get it out of here. I'm going to take a Purge now on a foregone power. We're looking to shrink our deck to a reasonable size. Railforger's Hammer. Interesting. I guess I take the free space. I don't really see a reason not to. History of the world doesn't do anything fun. As a consideration, is it ever right to Windleton double guard? It's a lot of armor generated. That's so much for defense. It doesn't do anything into the Divinity. I guess I could take the hammer and then maybe play middle, which may actually be good if I don't get a lot of days or I have to spend it elsewhere. Let's take the hammer so I have the option of playing middle into the Divinity, which is fun. Give me a spell chain. No? Alright, fine. You ever just Ice Empire plus 30? You ever just intrinsic Unnamed Tome and delete Patient from your run? That's pretty cool for me. 290 piercing, that's a spell and a half. What if I take that and then dupe it? That's pretty good. I mean, Patient is no longer a threat. So I actually think these 290s are pretty clutch. This is a huge damage swing. I'm going to do that. And then my goal now is to just remove as many cards as the game will let me. And I think if I can refine this, we have the defense to make this work. It's true. Ultimate Penance, yeah. Sinner Self is completely disrespectful of Fel like this. Wow, that's crazy. Alright, now, worth noting, this bottom floor is the floor we freeze on this particular combat. Great job. Go team. We are going to stack a lot of days here. That's just the way it's gonna be. All of my days is getting stacked into Fel. I need to try to massively give as much days as I can. So every turn, we just drop her. And then everything else we do is pretty much whatever. That's cool. Kill all the cursed people. I like that because it means I can draw into hopefully something good. And then we just incant. Full stop. We just completely send it. I will Crystalline Seeds downstairs into her. That's pretty cool. I will give her the spell weakness whenever I can. Huzzah! And then 20 consume and get rid of it? Sure. We need to get our armor up. Stop giving me curses. Now here's the question. Can I ever get through this guy? And then connect this Ice Empire with Fel? Because that would be cool. No, the answer is I can't. It's a shame. It's okay, I'm going to drop her for the days. I think the days is superior to the 100 damage I'm doing there. Every little bit matters. Just all of the days is relevant here. Yeah, good, cool. The first wave we haven't immediately killed, which is a good sign. My curses. Curses are unfun. Stop doing it. Incant, please. Yeah, these heavies take 2 swings. Not ideal, but we'll get through it. We will just keep trap shooting her. She's at 8 days, which is good. I'll take it. Keep incanting. With any luck, I might be able to connect the Ice Empire on her. Ah, it's a shame. I cannot, as it turns out. We Glimmer, Sting, and then Ice Empire this absolute buffoon. Although I will take the incant first. Cool. We're not doing a lot of damage. That's just going to be the thing we need to communicate here. We're not doing a lot of damage, but I do get a 288 damage taken here. This is... Oh, actually, I fully connected. Hold up. Ice Empire, let's go. Oh, baby, 1,400. I'm taking no damage. We are overpowered. Let's do it. Incredible news. Yeah, just periodically insta-kill the boss basically with a spell. Is it good? Yes. Deep Offering is a great card here. Yep. That is true. I will take card draw. As much as I don't need it, it makes my early turns a little better, which I'll take. Also, it finds me my what is it? Trap shoot faster. So we'll take it. I think we have this. This is Divine Artifact. I'm going to take my 25 gold. Thank you. Guild marker paying off. I will look for a founding seal here. Yeah. Yeah, I'll check it out. I can afford something. What you got? Light's Gift? Yeah, you know what? Light's Gift is great here. Saves me some armor. Give me Thornlord 2, please. I would like to scale twice as fast. It's good. Cool. Give me a spell chain. Or don't. You know, that's Monster Train. Sigiled Seaweed. It's not that good. Think I can re-roll and maybe get lucky? Didn't get lucky. There's a 180 chance. I was like, let's look. Plus 30. No, I don't think so. Intrinsic. Deep Offering. Now that's a fun option. Man, I had the Kinstone Totem. There's totally a Deep Offering Infinite in this run, which is kind of stupid, right? You discard cards, and then you just infinite incant up until you insta-kill them. It's actually easier than I should have given it thought. Maybe I should have taken the Kinstone as a possibility, right? Although the token has actually been pretty decent. I don't know. It's fine. I'm not really that stressed about it. I don't think these add anything, right? I don't need a plus 30 healing or whatever. I'm just going to skip this. 130. He's already trampling. It's fine. We're going removal dupe side for sure. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. Cool. Let's make it happen. Yeah. What is this? Spell Shield? I'm not really scared of this. I feel like I maybe should respect this a little more, but we got the Light's Gift, so I feel a lot better about this. Our prospects improved considerably into heavy damage waves like this, so... let's just load it up. And then it's incant, baby. Whatever, we'll just shoot a guy. I was hoping. It's fine. That guy should die at least, which is good. Yeah, he's gone. Cool. I need to incant. Is there anything I have to target an enemy for? No. Wish to incant, please. Thank you. Cool. Alright, I think we're going to be okay here. I will crystalline seeds downstairs because I think it actually has a chance of doing something. We need to scale. Yes, we need to scale. Hit that man, that's good. I'm doing what, 73 here? I guess we can just keep incanting, right? I'd rather hold on to that for when the boss spawns, take my 5 turns or whatever it is. Click the cards. Alright. Oof. Oh, you can probably tell how much I'm coughing just by how much you can't actually tell when I'm muting myself, but I will say that I know you can tell how much there's moments of silence that kind of creep up here and there. You know what those are. You know what those are. Those are, for sure, that was a really good Deep Offering, wow. Those are 100% moments where I'm just like, I have to stop, I have to cough real quick. And I'm just all of a sudden very quiet, and it's like, well, I wonder what's causing that. Yeah, you know. I know you know. Alright, we're incanting at a decent rate here. I think we are getting to a point where we can win. I'm getting a lot of value out of the Light's Gift here, which is fun. Start dazing the boss. It's important. Trying to do as much damage as we can. I'm also trying to get my armor as high as possible here, which is good, right? Make that number big. Is there a chance I Ice Empire him? There is. It's true. Draw cards, please. Click the important ones. We cleared the way. Alright, good. There's a chance we Ice Empire this guy. We don't get it, but it's okay. I probably shouldn't mess with this too terribly much. There's like a weird thresholds that are coming up. So we'll just kind of let it ride. I'm not going to. We hit a lot of times is the problem. So it's possible he could have potentially overtaken me. But it doesn't matter. Preserved Thorns is a good card. I will take more stings in this particular case. It accelerates me a lot. I don't need this other stuff. Frenzied Swarm is maybe not bad. If I play it last. Requires I remove the last 2 foregone powers to be useful, but it potentially adds an extra days. That's... yeah, that's good. We'll take it, sure. Because I am going to remove them here. I go left. Yes. I am going to cut them, of course. Cut the scales, rationing scales, priory cloak, woof. Tethys' Scales is not a bad pick. Yeah, reroll. Give me Incant. Sap Tap. I mean, Sap Tap is it, right? It's a card draw. Root Split Mask is unnecessary. The dupe is probably Ice Empire. So we're dropping Foregone Power and Foregone Power here. Multi-strike at long last for my Guard of the Unnamed. No, it doesn't matter. I am going to take Sap Tap. I think the dupe here is genuinely Ice Empire. Just do 1,000,000 damage to a thing. Even though it's 15 shards, it's good. It's a good 15 shards. And then I think I buy removals? On what? Good question. Now what do you get rid of? Well, that's a tough one. I actually like the Steel Enhancer because it offsets the Razor Sharp a bit. You could drop an Energy Siphon, but it's not a bad card. Well, let me go over here. I think Root Split Mask is unnecessary. Hell's Banners doesn't really ever proc in a meaningful way. The fun thing is at this point, I can remove things I've already upgraded because it just lets me find stuff faster. So Root Seeds are all free cards. Steel Enhancer could be cut, but it's not bad, right? It's pretty good, in fact. I could cut an Energy Siphon. I don't really need to. That's true. I could leave one in for important stuff. I'll just draw it faster at this point, and then I get my other removal. I might seriously consider cutting this Glimmer. The bad one, in case you were worried. Yeah, I think, I mean, having 2 swings is not bad for clearing waves, though. Genuinely. It might be Steel Enhancer. How much health does Windleton have? 70? I mean, it's not a bad call. I am strongly incentivized to play top now, no matter what, because of Light's Gift. That adds a lot of survivability. There was an argument to dupe the trap shoot and go for gold, but I think we cut this second Glimmer. Yes. Although if I'm going to cut the Glimmer, wouldn't I just cut the Flash Freeze instead? Yeah, I think I'm right. Yeah, we'll cut Flash Freeze. Goodbye. Even though I already invested it in it, it's fine. And then we chill. Yeah, we're 145 out of 100. We have an intrinsic unnamed tome for Patient. Not afraid. Let's move on. Cool. This is a train of thought, in case you all forgot what I was doing. I'm also saying this for my own edification. Alright, cool. Let's just turn that man into a 27 damage boss for eternity here and play top floor and have a good day of it. And then we just go for it. Cool. Now he's going to start doing this nonsense up here. It's not great, I'll admit, but he doesn't really threaten me all that much. I'm going to take more damage the second this guy dies in front, unless he never dies. It's amazing. Oh, he's dazed. It doesn't matter. We'll just incant. It's fine. Take 66 here. That's not great. But with any luck, we can overstack beyond this. We'll just daze him down. We need to just crumble the enemies here. Pretty much. I will preserve thorns because it's a big swing. I'm gonna incant. There's gonna get to a point where we're not clearing the waves. Or we are, but you know what I mean, right? Okay. I'm gonna drop the guy in front so I can connect a 290 to him. That's a pretty good 290 to connect. Actually, I think the daze is more important here. No, I think the daze is more important. It's 290. It's 400 damage altogether. It took two whole rounds or something. I actually seriously think the daze is more important here. And that is an extremely good deep offering. Okay. We didn't do any big connects here. We are going to our man is just going to take 5 million damage the second that it actually comes to it, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We drop him, and then I stack an extra daze on him. We do what we can. Okay, my guy, you are scary. Yeah, 290 just straight kills front guy, which is incredible news. Unfortunately, nothing is going to... Yeah, unfortunately, I could do something here. Yeah, sure. Although dropping the trap shoot is wrong, almost certainly. Yeah, that's a mistake. Don't love that. Generate as much armor as you can, because I fear for my natural existence with 5 melee weakness. It's scary. Draw me cards, please. I need armor for this. I don't know, I'm not feeling great about it. We do get our trap shoot back, which is nice. We're doing a lot of damage at least, which is something. Let's try to connect a little bit of something here. Draw a card. I'm just going to do as much incanting as I reasonably can. Extra days. He goes up with 6, I think it is. Yeah. Alright, well, we get through it in kind of a shocking fashion. I guess it makes sense that this works, but dang. He just slaps my guy for so much damage. Wait for it. I get hit for 162 straight into armor. So, I don't know. That's not ideal. I think this does get the W, though, which is kind of crazy, but I think this does win. Yeah, I think it does. Kind of crazy. I don't think this normally gets there, but it did in this particular case. Alright, we are playing top, by the way. I do think it is correct to do it. Hold on to Mr. Unnamed Tome. I need to find stuff. I have heals, so I'm not afraid, really. Yeah, I mean, I can just draw a card. It's good. And then we keep the incants rolling. I'm gonna burn this first. I am not going to play Frenzied Swarm because I do want to unnamed tome the important floor. The important floor being the harvest floor. Cool, we hit. I do need to lock down the harvest floor. Very important. I do need to trap shoot the boss. This will do good work. I'm gonna blast. I am just gonna keep incanting here. I think it's fine. Sure. Oh, we're looking, we just stack the days and then we do our best. I needed to stop the harvest floor because otherwise they would have just 100% overwhelmed me with armor. It would have been not great. And then we use this Frenzied Swarm as random extra days just to make that number a little bigger for Relentless. Okay, alright. We're looking okay. I'm gonna Energy Siphon to kill the front dude here, which is cool. And then I get to kill one guy, which is cool. I have 4 guys that are finally dying. Incredible. Good. Okay, not all of them are dying. He'll die this next turn. We're going to be dealing with this boss for a while, which is kind of unfortunate. Draw me a card. I could connect 290 on the boss here, on the mini boss. By dropping... No, don't mess with this. We needed Relentless, my dudes. Relentless. Do not mess with it. I can't play the Deep Offering here. It's okay. This floor on bottom is scary. I do connect an Ice Empire on him here, which is great. Keep trap shooting. Now, this next floor is going to overlap in a bad way. I'm trying to think if there's some trick I can pull off here. 3. The back are cleared. 8. So the conduit leaks on me, and I just have to deal with it. I kind of expected it, but I think it's going to be okay. This stops the 17 at least. Alright, conduit walks, I take 10. Okay, now this is kind of the moment where I need to solve my problems immediately. I 100% glimmer here. Let's see, he has 39. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. I then can Ice Empire. Good. I then Energy Siphon in the middle for the Glimmer. Trap shoot the boss. Buff. Okay. And then I think I can clear this fast enough. Right? Oh, I'm going to Frenzied Swarm bottom floor 100%, by the way. What do I get? What did I draw into? And an interesting realization is I could trap shoot something away, but I think the most important thing the single most important thing I can do here is prepare for Relentless. Just full stop. I think Frenzied Swarming bottom is worth it, though. Is it? I actually think the Deep Offering is the play here. Yeah, I think the Deep Offering is the play. And then we get this Glimmer, which is good. Is this Glimmer? Oh, the Glimmer is just as good as... Ooh, interesting. Interesting. I think we Glimmer that out. Yeah, we get the best of both worlds, kind of. And now top floor is terrifying. Okay. It's not great. End this mini-boss. That's something. Trap shoot the final boss. We barely pulled it off. Outrageous. Yeah, this is why... Wow, we actually managed to incant enough that it's only a few rounds. But this is why I look at something like this and I go, pure defense in front of Windleton, it ain't great. Especially if you miss the multi-strike, right? But this worked out. It was close. It came down to just forcing my brain to acknowledge that I needed to trap shoot the Divinity every turn. Now, this would obviously have been much stronger on middle, but we would have been taking a lot of hits along the way. Things would have walked by. It would have looked a little different. I was reasonably confident this would work out. Math is good, it turns out. And then it's just 8 turns of bashing face in, and we pull it off. Whew. 10 damage taken to that conduit. I'll take it. You know what? This is better than it could have gone. This run probably should have gone faster, but I was not all here for it, so it's okay. And that's what most of this week might be at this point. We'll see. We'll see. I might take a break after this. This was a lot of talking. Okay. Run summary. I don't recommend this run. Okay? Pure defense in front of Windleton, not ideal in general cases. I think this works because of a few important things. First of all, Thornfruit, I think, was important for my decision-making process here. Secondly, having found the trap shoot, I think this was critical. Otherwise, I think something like the pure Siren run is a much safer choice overall. Obviously, I think that the big play, where is it? The intrinsic on my unnamed tome, neuters Patient, who otherwise I think is pretty horrifying if I incant him just a little bit while trying to play stuff. Yeah, that would have been rough. What else? Frenzied Swarm, it matters. Frenzied Swarm, I think, really mattered. The extra random days, just incrementing that number by 1, every single day's mattered on the Divinity. Full stop. Grabbing this last second Frenzied Swarm and just going, yeah, all right, sure. Pretty important. So that was clutch. Yeah, wow. The Ice Empires actually paid out in a big way, too. And at the end, you saw them. I totally took out that boss, the mini-boss there. No problem. Kind of crazy how that worked out. Another thing you might have considered, for the record, is I could have considered an offensive scaling into my guard, specifically for Relentless, but I needed to wave manage. So it's kind of a tricky balance trying to see what is enough, right? Because there might have been enough razor sharps into him, right? That I might have been able to get the kill on the Relentless or with fewer days stacks just by putting stats into Mr. Man that has 800 HP. But yeah. I might have seriously considered the mid-floor play, by the way, if I hadn't seen the Light's Gift. Light's Gift saves so much HP that I think it's just important. It's just useful. It's good to keep the option open either way, right? The Rail Fortress Hammer is a fine pickup for that, so. Interesting run. My general philosophy on this run, do not recommend it unless unless you're extremely comfortable with the math in your head, because this run does not normally win. It did in this particular case, and that's kind of cool, in my opinion. That's pretty neat. I'm glad it happened. Yeah, fun. Just a neat, fun little change here. Cool, thanks, Trap Shoot. Very neat. All right, 195 wins on the series. I have not thrown due to COVID, which is great. So I'll let you go there. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I hope it wasn't too bad, me with COVID and pausing a whole bunch, but here it is. I really appreciate your time. If you stick with the channel even when I'm trying new stuff, appreciate that as well. Thank you for that. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.